Onishna, Nin Wabishke Migwan, Migizi Dudem, Wabanong Sing Odawa, Mackinac. Bonjour Wabanong, Yetnong, Ippengishmak, Kewaranong, Haki, Vish, Manitou. Let me speak to you now in the only foreign language I know, English. I am here for no one except one Benoji, one child, the grandchild I will never meet, to share the stories of the past, to bring into today for the grandchild of the future. I admire the men and women who will stop on the road of life to wait for their brothers and sisters and share the stories, the teachings, because we had a beautiful way at one time. I think people have forgotten. This story has to do with the Mackinac people, the people of Turtle Island, the Anishinaabe. There were 6 tribes: the red, the yellow, the black, the white, which consisted of the 2-legged. Then there were 2 other tribes, the Sasquatch and the original island people. The original island people were the little people. The little people avoided the 2-legged. The 2-legged would hunt inland because the animals would migrate and they would follow the herds. That was the 2-leggeds. The little people always went to a place called Mackinac Island, known as Turtle Island to the Anishinaabe. And the only way you could tell they were there was when there was snow on the ground, because their snowshoes tracks were left by the little people. So that's how you knew they were at the island. One day in late fall, the snow had just fallen. The lake hadn't froze over, but there was a few patches. And a few Iroquois from Canada stood on a rock, today called Castle Rock. And they saw tracks. So they went a little closer. And they were checking out the tracks, and they saw that they were headed towards the island. So they rode back and told their Ogima, their leader. They said, "We saw small snowshoe tracks going towards Mackinac Island, land of the Mackinac people." They were really small. Maybe that is where the little people hide. When the lake freezes over, we will go check it out. So the Iroquois waited for the lake to freeze, and they headed south. They got to the island, and they saw that there were a lot of tracks going towards Mackinac Island. This is the land of the little people. We should attack them and take no prisoners. So the Iroquois surrounded the island. Some of the little people saw them. 2 of them hid. The rest got ready for battle, doing the war cries. The Iroquois attacked. The Iroquois killed about 500 of those little people. But the 2 that were hiding, they put on their snowshoes and headed towards what is now called Mackinac. Now the Iroquois thought there might be some survivors, so they scouted around the island. But all the snowshoe tracks were headed towards the island, so they thought they had gotten everyone. The 2 that escaped had put their snowshoes on backwards. Now that is the end of the story. But the Sasquatch and the little people will always hide from those called the 2-legged, because they know how they are. So they will always stay hidden from the 2-leggeds. I will not tell you where it is that they are hiding. The traditional Anishinaabe know. But if you're ever standing by a pine tree, look up, because you might have little people watching you. Miigwech, 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 miigwech.